He may be known for his evocative music, but there's much more to this singer-songwriter than meets the eye. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're speaking with James Blunt about his military career, his charity efforts, and his friendship with Elton John.
Tender was my lover from the suburbs of town. We were sweethearts from college, she was always around.
You've supported a ton of huge names throughout your career. For example, Elton John comes to mind. Do you want to just tell us kind of your favorite experiences with that?
I've been really lucky knowing and touring with Elton John. He's an amazing person, an incredible musician and an incredible performer. To me, a great support. He took me out on tour before my first album came out. Later than that, a couple of years ago, he took me on tour with him around South America, and having played my audiences to play to the tens of thousands of people is an experience that is hard to describe. But also as a human being, he's an incredibly generous person. I mean, I think of an individual, I think he's the most charitable giver within Britain. His focus is not just supporting musicians and new music, but it's to supporting other people in the world less privileged than you and me.
My love, oh God, I miss her embrace, and I wonder who it is, puts a smile on her face.
Now, at what point did you decide that you need to use your fame to support altruistic causes like Doctors Without Borders?
I was in the Kosovo War in '99 as a soldier. I thought I was doing a tough job out there, and I was always blown away by when I would come around the corner. Ahead of me consistently all the time were these amazing doctors and their teams from a group called Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, and they were there saving civilians' lives. And you could see they were so proactive, so selfless. You could see that the money that they were given from various people overseas was sent to the front line. It wasn't wasted on administration. They were out there doing their thing and out there saving people's lives. And I thought, wow, that's the most inspirational group of people.
There are children standing here, arms outstretched into the sky, tears drying on their face. He has been here.
Would you say your military career prepared you at all for your music career?
I think it prepared me in many ways, and it was also terrible preparation for other aspects of it. I tour almost constantly, and this year I've been in 200 cities, all of that time with a band and a crew on a tour bus, and that band and crew is very much like a platoon of soldiers on the road with me as the vacant officer with silly ideas about where to go, with a tour manager who's like a sergeant or sergeant major who says, okay, I'm going to make that happen for you, and knows how to make it. And then at the same time, the music business is a strange one. It's at its heart is something that I love, is music, and it's really special the way one can communicate through music. I love, but the music business is lost slightly in the notion of fame and fortune. And those two constructs are meaningless and shallow and of no great depth compared to what is music. And I used to be in a business in the army which dealt with life and death, and those were very real. To suddenly have to try and concentrate on fame and fortune, I sometimes struggle with it.
Old men kneel to accept their fate, wives and daughters cut and raped, a generation drenched in hate.
Yeah, it's ironic that the juxtaposition there between, the music industry, which can be so shallow, but music itself is so, deep and meaningful to so many people.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. Even the notion of charts I find, confusing sometimes, because, to try and make music a competition seems like a bit of a joke, but we create charts in order to boost sales. That's the way it goes. And I am part of that. I throw myself into that. I throw myself into it really because at the end of the day, I love touring, and so if I can get a bit of visibility, it means I can turn up here, and that's the bit that I really absolutely love.